Welcome to Innerji, Tarot, Crystals, Astrology, and all things metaphysical. I'm Lesley, Metaphysical Crone, and we're going to do this week's Tarot, Crystals, and Astrology Divination Reading. So you will have a choice of 3. You can choose from either a Tarot and Charms reading, a Crystal Fusions reading, or an Astrology Divination reading. Now, with the astrology divination, it's not about actually reading what's in the sky at the moment and what's happening astrologically at the moment. Instead, I'm going to use my astrology deck as purely a divination tool. So let's begin. So as mentioned, here are your choices. You can have a tarot reading with some charms, a crystal fusions reading, or an astrology divination reading. So choose the pile that you are most drawn to. And remember, all readings are general, so only take what resonates for you and disregard the rest. So I'm going to begin with a tarot and charms reading. And this week I'm using the Light Seers tarot deck. And as you can see, I read cards reversed as well as upright because they have different meanings for me. So this is for the coming week, commencing, let me check my diary because I'm terrible with dates. Yep, commencing Monday, the 21st of June. So let's see what the tarot has in store. This is the pile that you have chosen. So let's lay the cards out. So I'm going to do my mini Celtic cross today. And I'll just arrange these so that they're all pretty much in screen. There we go. I always like to place my tarot cards face down because I turn them over one by one, and it also stops us jumping ahead to the end card. All right, so let's begin. So first card out is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So this is saying to me that, you know, at the beginning of your week, you're going to feel a little bit down on your luck. You're going to feel that things are not going your way at the moment. And so let's see what the energy is around that. But the energy around it is looking good. We have the 8 of Pentacles here, and she's contemplating everything that she has. She's actually, these pentacles are kind of representing the phases of the moon, and we do have a full moon coming up on the 25th of June. But this is saying to me that she's having a look at, you know, what she has already, what is there for her, what the journey forward is. And in a nice way, even though this Wheel of Fortune is reversed at the moment, if we follow through these cycles, I feel that as you continue through the week, the wheel is going to turn and going to become more positive for you. Let's add a couple of charms to this and see what we've got. So we've got the giraffe and we've got the sign of Aries. So the giraffe is saying that really, you know, look at the big picture of all of this. Try not to get too caught up in all the individual details. Look at whatever it is that where you feel you're down on your luck and look at it from a broader, bigger picture perspective. And then with Aries, it's about taking action on it, bringing in some of that fire energy and taking some action so that you can start this process of the Wheel of Fortune starting to turn into a more upward view. Let's have a look at what's sitting underneath all this. Lots of pentacles. So this is all about practical things this week, all about the earthy things, the physical things. And we have 10 of Pentacles reversed. Now this is in the area of you know, what's hidden. What is it that you don't know that might be helpful? And this is saying to me that this is not a week of looking backwards. It's not a week of going into the past, what's gone wrong in the past, what's gone right in the past. It is about bringing yourself more into the present moment. Let's add a couple of charms. And we've got the mermaid, the balloons, and the fish. So the mermaid, she's about being seen. So it is about you letting yourself be seen. It is about looking at yourself and looking at really what's working for you rather than what isn't, with that fish of abundance there. Because things are working for you, even though it may not feel like it to you at the beginning of the week with that Wheel of Fortune reversed. And then we have the balloons. So I see that sitting behind this surface of things not looking too good at the beginning of the week, if you look at the big picture, start to take action, you'll find that you'll be able to lift yourself up, turn this wheel around. You'll be able to look at yourself more positively, and others will see you more positively, and tensions with these balloons rising will begin to lift. Let's see how things have been leading up to Monday the 21st. And we've got King of Pentacles reversed. And this is saying to me that your energy hasn't been at its optimum. Wands of fire, it's energy, it's willpower, it's action. So I feel that the few days leading up to Monday the 21st of June, your energy's been a bit low. You haven't been motivated. It has been hard for you to push forward. And the charms that I have for here is the cross and the pearl in the shell. So I feel that you're coming to a point of making a decision, because the cross to me isn't just about faith. It is literally something that is crossing. So I feel that there's a decision that you need to make that has been irritating you. But if you make a point of making the decision, it will work out fine, because we've got that pearl that comes from the irritation of being in the oyster. Now let's see what crowns you. Let's see what's more public for you in this coming week. And we've got the 10 of Cups, a lot of reversed cards today. Now 10 of Cups reversed is saying to me that emotionally you're going to feel out of sorts. I feel that for you, that whatever has been going on with this lack of energy has made you look at the cup half empty instead of half full, but the energy is there to change that. But it is affecting your outlook. It is affecting how you're feeling emotionally. So you're not feeling emotionally in balance at the moment. Let's see what charms we've got to go with that. And we have the acorn and the teapot. So in terms of getting your emotional balance back, it's about starting anew. It's about looking at how you feel and what's happening in your life from a new perspective. What's that old saying, from little things, big things grow? And that's certainly true of the acorn growing into the tree. We also have the teapot. So this means it is a good time to maybe talk things over in this coming week with someone that you trust. You know, have a cuppa and have a chat about how you're feeling. And that might help you get this bigger perspective by talking to someone else about it. And then the outcome for next week is looking really good. We have the Hierophant. I'll bring it up. I love this Hierophant card. It is so non-traditional, but I feel for you that as you process through the week, things will look better. You will start to lift up. You will start to get faith back in yourself. You'll start to get your energy back, and it will be a step-by-step upwards and on an upward trajectory, which I think is really good, considering the Wheel of Fortune starting out is upside down. And so your Wheel of Fortune will change moving up so that you can continue to grow. And let's add on a couple of charms here. And we have the fish and we have the tornado. Now the fishbone, this is about you having stripped away whatever it is that's been making you feel low, that has been upsetting you emotionally, that has made you feel down on your luck. You will have stripped that away, and this brings in a tornado of new energy. Now we always think of tornadoes as clearing things out. They're known as being destructive, but they also do clear away and make space. So I feel that you're going to get your energy back this week. I feel it's going to take a little bit of time, but with some help from some close friends or family that you trust, you can take on a new outlook for this week and move from this down and out kind of feeling to one again of hope, aspiration, and forward movement. I do hope that's of help. Now let's move on to the Crystal Fusions reading, if that was the pile that you have chosen. So using my Innerji Crystal Fusions mat that I've developed, I'm going to place my little holder there. And because this is a general reading, I'm going to use my clear quartz sphere. And I'm just going to take a moment just to connect with it and just to set the intention that we're doing a general reading for whoever this is meant to be for. Excuse my bad language on that, bad grammar. But yeah, this is a reading for whoever has chosen this pile for the week commencing 21st of November. And I'm going to place that in the center. And I'm just going to get my crystals in my hands. There we go. And we're just going to give them a little jiggle around as we ask what the week beginning Monday, the 21st of June, will look like. We have chosen the Crystal Fusion reading. And here we go. So let's move these away and see what we have left in the circle. So the crystals closest to the sphere is the more immediate, more close to the present, and also could be more of a priority for you. So, pardon me. So the closest one we have to the crystal is our black tourmaline. Now, black tourmaline is about grounding, getting grounded, getting practical. It's also a stone of protection, making sure that both feet are on the earth and you're firmly seeing your world from a perspective of reality rather than fantasy. So I feel that for you, starting out this week is about making sure that you're well grounded, that you know the facts about something rather than making assumptions. Also, at the start of this week, I see we have blue lace agate. Beautiful stone. And this is a very soft flowing energy. It's also about communication, speaking our truth. It's representative of the throat chakra, one of the crystals that can be used for balance and healing there. So I feel that as you move through this week, it is about speaking out what you think about, because we are in the quadrant of air. The element of air is about speaking. It's about communication, ideas, and planning. So I feel this is a week where when you speak, when you want to comment about something, have a conversation about something, make sure you have all the facts before you speak. Make sure that you have your ideas, your plans in place before you express them to others. Now, just coming back to this black tourmaline, it's actually sitting mainly in the quadrant of water. It's leaning over a little bit into the earth element. So this is saying to me that also emotionally, you need to be more grounded this week, making sure that your emotions are stable. Also, we have here green aventurine, again in that water quadrant. So green aventurine is related to the heart chakra, it's related to abundance, and it's related to healing and well-being. So what I'm getting for this week, for this green aventurine for you, it is about making sure that you're looking after your physical health when I see it in relation to the black tourmaline. So just making sure that your physical health is good. But I also see that as you go through the week, I feel that things are going to feel more balanced for you, more emotionally balanced for you in this area of water, because water is about our emotions, going with the flow, our feelings. We also have in here clear quartz. Now the clear quartz is just on the edge and it's near the yes. So this is saying to me that as you go further into the week, getting towards the end of the week, you're going to get some clarity. You're going to have some clarity around your own well-being and around the physical actions that you need to take moving forward. Now let's come around to the amethyst. The amethyst is sitting in the quadrant of earth. This is a beautiful watery looking amethyst, isn't it? And so what this is saying to me is that, you know, in terms of spiritual connection, in terms of your intuition, it is about grounding it. It is about not going off into fantasy land. Whatever intuitions that you have this week, they have a practical application. It's not just necessarily a spiritual message. It's a message where you put something into action. You ground it in the earth. Then moving around, we've got the lapis lazuli and we've got the citrine, and that's in the quadrant of fire. So citrine, as you know, as most people know, it's a very popular stone. Another stone of abundance. It's a stone of confidence, courage. It's also a stone of the intellect to a certain extent because it is equated to the solar plexus chakra. And so I feel that this, for you this week, it is about being truthful to self, because we have the lapis lazuli here. And this is another stone of communication, but it's also a stone of spiritual connection as well. And so when I see a lapis lazuli come up, I feel it's not just like superficial communication. This is about going deep within yourself. This is about seeing where you stand in terms of your own courage, your own fire energy. And it is about looking a little more deeply at where that comes from. So just having a little look to see if I can make any other connections for you. So I feel that as you start the week, it's about making sure you've got both feet planted on the earth, that you have all the facts around any ideas or anything you want to communicate before you do that you focus on your physical well-being a little more this week, and you will find clarity as you move towards the end of the week if you base it on spiritual communication, messages, inspirations, intuitions that you get that you apply in a practical way. And then it's about diving deeper into your own truth, your own communication with self around your own personality, your thoughts, your own courage, your own power. I do hope the Crystal Fusions reading has been of help for you. And finally, let's move on to the Astrology Divination Reading. I have my 3 piles of cards laid out. The first pile represents the houses in astrology, or the areas of life. The middle pile represents the 12 signs of the zodiac. And the final card represents the 7 traditional planets that are used in astrology. So I'm going to shuffle each pile and draw a card from each, and that will be the basis of our reading. So let's see what the area of life is for you this week if you have chosen the Astrology and Divination Reading. And we have the 8th house, pardon me, the 8th house. And the key word is I transform. You know, the 8th house is the house of the deeper things. It's fixed. It's very fixed water energy, as is the sign of Scorpio, in which, well, the 8th house is the home of Scorpio. And this is all about transforming. It's about what's deep within you. It's about the really super private stuff, the hidden stuff. It's also about other people's stuff. You know, it's that old saying of, you know, death and taxes and sex. And so this is where you can look at things from the deepest level. Now let's choose a card to represent a sign to see which sign is in this area of life. And we have Aries. Aries, cardinal fire. It's all about taking action. It's all about doing. It's also about being in the present moment, in the here and now. And let's choose a planet. Which planet is going to be in Aries in the 8th house? And we have Jupiter. We had Jupiter last week as well. All right, so let's have a look at this. So what I'm seeing here is when it comes to looking at the deeper things, the hidden, looking at the really private stuff, you know, the stuff that you don't tell everybody else about except those that you completely trust, it is time for you to be more active around that area. I feel that for you with Jupiter there is an expansion. There's an expansion of energy, this Aries energy, in bringing about some transformation, in bringing it to the surface. I feel that there's something that's being hidden that needs to rise up to the surface and be discussed and be put out there. You know, not everything has to be in the shadows. I also feel that perhaps there's going to be some generosity that you're going to put out for others, because, as I said, this area of life is about other people's property, other people's money, real estate, investments, even inheritances as well. So I feel that for this week, you're going to be a very generous soul. You're going to open up somewhat and you're going to be more generous. And this is going to help you open up yourself, being a little bit more open in general, you know, because it is about transformation. I transform. Let's add a couple of charms to this reading and see what else there is. So we've got the stripped fishbone again. We have the tornado and we have the handcuffs. So what I feel for you with these charms added in is that, you know, you are going to kind of strip yourself bare. In other words, you're going to bear more about yourself. You're going to reveal more about yourself to others that you haven't revealed before. And it's going to really, you know, get you in a bit of a tiz about it, because with that tornado, it happens quickly. It's feisty energy. It's swirling energy. It's a tornado after all. So you're going to feel like a little bit worse wear afterwards. But I feel that it's going to really free you up with these handcuffs. I feel that they'll come off because with the word freedom on these handcuffs. So I feel for you for this coming week, commencing Monday, the 21st of June. It is about you in relation to others. It's about you opening up to others more. You're going to be more expansive and generous, and you're going to be more active. It's going to be something that you'll do on the spur of the moment. It is going to shake you up a bit, but it is going to reveal more of who you truly are. And by doing that, that's going to bring you a sense of freedom in that you can be more totally yourself. I do hope you've enjoyed today's readings. I will be bringing up more readings next time. Until then, have a blessed week.